Hey, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com again and again and again and again. Doing it for years. This one is Aldi all of a sudden had a bunch of wines. I noticed that I saw them one day and came back a few days later and half of them were gone. They hadn't had any new wines for a while. The pent-up demand just sucked them all up. And what we have here today is the $17.99, kind of expensive for an Aldi wine, specially selected Napa Valley Brut. It's a champagne-style wine. Now, one of the other wines that they came out with recently was the Peaks and Tides Brut, which was Sonoma County. That was $13.99. So it looks like the difference between Sonoma and Napa Valley, according to Aldi, is $4. But actually on Aldi's website, they're showing this wine to be $19.99. So maybe that didn't go over too well and $17.99 did better. I don't know, but there is a discrepancy there. So what do we have here? Don't know. It's made by Rack and Riddle. Rack and Riddle is a huge bubbly maker, a custom bubbly maker. If you have a value-priced bubbly from a producer who doesn't normally make bubbly, it's probably made at Rack and Riddle because they have all the know-how and the equipment to make sparkling wine. It's not something everybody can do. And they can. Now, there are, in Napa Valley, several bubbly producers, big-time bubbly. You got Schramsberg, you got Domain Caneros, you have, I'm trying to think of a few others in there, but there's some big-name, really good, and kind of expensive wines. They're all $50, $60, $70 champagnes. They're competing with actual champagne wines. And this one, it's said it's made like champagne. It says champagne method in the front, and that's about all there is to it. The alcohol content is 12.5. We don't know how long the second fermentation is. It's 18 months minimum in champagne. What it is here, what the grapes are used. Brut normally means that it's Chardonnay with a little bit of Pinot Noir. That's what it normally means, but there are no rules in champagne. It could be anything. But it's probably, since they're trying to do a champagne-style wine. So what's going on? Because this is not a vintage select wine. It's not, and it's made by Rack and Riddle, so they added different vintages. So this is the first year for this wine, so they add different vintages from different, so some of the wine was in other wines. I don't know. But here's why it might be something different. Wines used for sparkling wine, bubbly, champagne-style wines, are picked earlier. They are made differently. They pick them before they're ripe, and then they bring it up to ripeness with all the different techniques they use. At the very end, they will take a little bit of sweet wine and pour measured in each bottle to get brewed, to get a little sweet, to get whatever they need. They bring it up to sweetness. So the grapes are all farmed on the vine differently. So to get a Napa Valley, you're getting grapes that probably go into a Napa Valley sparkling wine. And there's, like I said, there's big name. There's no cheap Napa Valley sparkling wines. I'm going to take a sip of this one. And, there's things like clones. There's probably, both Pinot Noir and Chardonnay are grapes that, on the higher end, which clone you use, it's what is the good one. And I imagine there's certain clones used in champagne, and Napa Valley wants to try to copy it a little bit to try to get the same feel. So the vineyards just might be pretty good. Not that the Sonoma for $13.99 was bad, because there's some good Sonoma sparkling wines too. But Rack and Riddle will have $10 bubblies. Every year Trader Joe's has their Sonoma, has Sonoma and Sonoma County, and actually I like the cheaper one better for them. The cheaper one better, more expensive one. So you have this $18 bubbly. And they give us no information on why. I mean, what I just told you about the grapes and the vineyards and all that is me shooting from the hip. I'm gonna take another sip. It's legit. It tastes like champagne. I mean, it's, if you had a, you know, if you're not a champagne connoisseur and they had a champagne on ice and this on ice, you might have a hard time, especially on the more entry level. If there is an entry level of champagne, you'd have a hard time differentiating. This has good acidity. It's got great flavor. For $17.99, it's a really good wine. But, you know, during the summer, during the winter, the holidays, you get Chandon. It's probably going to be cheaper. Mum's going to be cheaper. Piper's going to be cheaper. They have all these California outposts of these champagne houses that are going to be under $18 on sale at different times in November and December. But $18 for a good bottle of wine that's a bubbly? There's nothing wrong with that. So here we go. So it's the Aldi Special Selected Napa Valley Brut. It's $18. Seems expensive until you taste it. So adios. That's Domain Dave. Keep it cheap. We got a couple more wines. I've got a organic Cabernet Sauvignon and a white wine from Italy coming up. So we have some fun. So I'll be talking to you in a couple of days. Adios. Keep it cheap. Bye-bye.